Hello, I Dr. Vijay Chandra Jedala welcomes you to VC Tech Education. Today I am going to discuss regarding lists. In Python, lists are the most versatile of Python compound data types. Lists are the most versatile of Python compound data types. A list contains items separated by commas and enclosed within square brackets. To some extent, lists are similar to arrays in C. One difference between them is that all the items belonging to a list can be of different data types. When we compare C lists in arrays with the list here in Python, the main difference is here we can use any data type. Different data types can be used in a particular list. The values stored in a list can be accessed using slice operator with indexes starting at 0 in the beginning of the list, working their way to end -1. The plus sign is the list concatenation operator and the asterisk is the repetition operator. List. Creating a list is as simple as putting different comma separated values between square brackets. Important things about a list is that items in a list need not be of same type. An ordered group of sequences enclosed inside a square brackets are separated by a symbol. Lists are mutable type. Python will not create a new list if we modify the elements in the particular list. The syntax for the list1 in square bracket, it's a creation of empty list. List2 sequence 1 comma sequence 2, like that it goes on. Sequence 1 comma. In case of symbol is not mandatory. List 3 sequence 1 sequence 2. Example language Python. Languages Python, C, C++, Java, Perl and OR. Perl comma OR. So these are all about the starting steps of lists, where the lists are similar to arrays in C. A list can be composed of storing a sequence of different type of values separated by comma. The elements are stored in the index basis with starting index as 0. Once again, a list can be composed by storing a sequence of different types of values separated by commas. The elements are stored in the list in the index basis with starting index as 0. Data 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Data 2, X, Y, Z. Data 3, 12.5, 11.6. Data 4, Raman, Rahul. Data 5, data 6. So these are all about the different types of lists. Accessing values in lists. A list can be created by putting the value inside the square bracket and separated by comma. So this is the syntax for the lists. Next, for accessing lists, list name then index. List 1 equal to in square brackets physics, chemistry, 1997, 2000. List 2 equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Print list 1 of 0, that is the first character, that is physics, will be printed. Next, list 2 of 1 is to 5. That means from first to 5 we have to print. That means 2, 1 is 0 is 1, 1 is 2, 3, 4 and 5. Next, list 1 of 0, physics, chemistry. 1 of 0 colon, that means from 0 to end. That is physics, chemistry 1997 and 2000, comma 2000. So this is all about values, accessing the values in lists. A list can be created by putting the value inside the square bracket and separated by the commas. Elements in list: data that is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Data of 0 equal to 1 equal to data of -5. Like that it goes on. Note, that is internal memory organization. Lists do not store the elements directly to the index. The fact a reference is stored at which index which sequentially refers to the object stored somewhere in the memory. This is due to the fact that some objects may be large enough than other objects, and hence they are stored at some other memory locations. So this is all about the internal memory organization or the memory organization related to the lists. Next, list operations: adding lists, replicating lists are the two different operations right now we are seeing on screen. Adding lists, the plus operator for concatenating the lists. So A equal to 1, 2, 3, B equal to 4, 5, 6, C equal to A plus B, that is list C, 3, then print C. When we say print 3, first it will print 1, 2, 3, that is of A components, then it will print 4, 5, 6, that is of B components. Replicating lists, similarly the asterisk operator replicates a list a given number of times. A equal to 7, 8, 9, B equal to A into 3, then print B. So B will be 3 times, 7, 8, 9, again 7, 8, 9, again 7, 8, 9. Plus operator implies that both the operator paused must be list else error. List 1 equal to 10, 20, list 2 1 plus 30, then print list, that is of error. Next, list membership in and not in are the Boolean operators and the test member in the sequence. List 1 equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then print 5 in list 1. Then output will be the true. If list 1 equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, print -1 in list 1, output is false. So this is all about the list membership, where in and not in are the Boolean operators that are used to test the membership in a sequence. List slicing. A subpart of list can be retrieved on the basis of index. This subpart is known as list slice. So list slicing is nothing but a subpart, creation of a part from the main concept, main part, main we are going to get a subpart, then it is called as a slice. Fruits: banana, orange, apple and kiwi. Print 1:3, that means orange and apple. Next comes to print fruit: 3, that means end will be the 3. So banana, orange and apple will be printed. Fruit: then all will be printed. Print banana, orange, apple and kiwi. If the index provided in the list slice is outside the list, then it raises the index error exception. So this is the concept about the index error exception. This is all about in list slicing with proper example. The other operators, apart from above operators, various other functions can also be performed on lists, such as updating, appending, and deleting elements from the list. Updating elements in a list to update or change the value of a particular index of a list, assign the value to the particular index of the list. So here the example is given, list name index equal to value. Updating list equal to physics chemistry 1997 2000. Print value variable available at index 2. Print in list of 2. List of 2 equal to 2001. Print new value available at index 2. Print list of 2. Output value available at index 2 colon 1997. New value available at index 2 colon 2001. Appending elements to a list. Append. Append method is used to append, that is, add an element at the end of the existing element. Syntax: list underscore name append of item. List 1 equal to 10 comma Rahul comma Z single quotes. Print element of the list or print list 1. Append list 1 dot append, that is 10 comma 45. 10.45. Print list of appending list 1. So here we are by seeing the output we can understand that list after appending will be different with the list elements in the list. Appending is nothing but adding a new component to the given list. Append is a method used to append, that is, adding an element to the end of the existing element. So in the list, if there are some elements, if we want to append one x, the x will be after all the elements. Let's take an example. In a list there are 4 elements a, b, c, d, and we want to append x. Then next step, the list will equal to a, b, c, d, comma x. So x is appending at the end of the list. Delete list element. Del statement can be used to delete an element from the list. It can be used to delete all elements from a start index to the end index. Example, list 1 equal to physics chemistry 1997 2000. Print of list 1, del of list 1 of 2 after deleting the value of index to the list 1. So the output will be physics chemistry 1997 2000. After deleting the index 2, the values will be physics chemistry and 2000. 1997 will be is deleted. How it is deleted? Deleting the index 2. Index 0 is physics, index 1 is chemistry, index 2 is 1997, index 3 is 2000. So we are deleting index 2, so 1997 will be deleted. Then after deleting, the values will be physics chemistry comma 2000. Next comes to the functions and methods of a list. There are many built-in functions and methods for lists. They are as follows. There are following list functions, that is function description. Min of list returns the minimum value of the list given. Max of list returns the larger value of the list given. Length of list returns the number of elements in a list. COMP of list 1 comma list 2. We are comparing list 1 comma list 2. Compares two lists. Then a list of sequence takes takes sequence type and converts them to the lists. Then min of list. The method min returns the elements from the list with minimum value. Syntax is min of list. Example, list 1 equal to 80, 100,000. Print min of 80, 100,000, min of list of 1. Then the min of list of 1 is 80. So it will print 80. Next string we taken a, zx and y. Min of a, zx and y. Then the min of this is the a value. After min, we are going to discuss the max. The method max returns the elements from the list with maximum value, max of list. Example, list 1 equal to 80, 100 and 1000. Print max of 80, 100 and 1000, then max of list. Then list underscore string equal to a comma zx comma y. Print max of a comma zx comma y, double quotes close comma max of lst underscore string. Then the output will be in the 80, 1000, 100 and 1000. The maximum value is 1000, so 1000 will be displayed. Then max of a comma zx comma y, the maximum value is zx. Since it is having the maximum number is z is 6 zx. A is having a least minimum, whereas zx is having the maximum value. So maximum value is identified. Built-in functions. Length of list. Length is a built-in function which returns the number of elements in the list. Length len of list. List 1 comma list 2 equal to two lists are given. Print list 1 length and print list 2 length. So list 1 length is 3, list 2 length is 2. So this is an example program where you can do practicing as part of practical session. Comparing list 1 and list 2. If elements are of same type, perform the comparison and return the result. If elements are of different types, check whether they are numbers. If numbers, perform the comparison. If either element is a number, then the other element is returned. Otherwise, types are sorted alphabetically. If we reach the end of end of one of the lists, the longer length is larger. If both list and same, it returns 0. List 1 equal to 100, 981, ABCD, ZXYZ, M. List 2 equal to AMA, Naman, Shaker, 100.45, 98.2. Then we are going to compare list 1 and list 2, list 2 and list 1, list 3 and list 1. Then comes to the list sequence. This is the method list takes sequence types and converts them into the lists. This is used to convert a given tuple into lists. What is tuple? Tuple is a very small, very similar to the list with only one difference. That is, element values of a tuple cannot be changed and the tuple elements are put between parentheses instead of the square brackets. So this is list of sequence parentheses which is shown there. This is all about the list sequences. List that takes a sequences, that is a method. Then comes to the different built-in methods of lists, that is index, count, pop, insert, extend, remove, reverse and sort. So example programs are given. just do the practical session so that you can understand these particular methods. Next comes to the built-in list methods, that is append. We are going to add the new to the particular list. The method append appends the paused object info to the existing list. Then comes to count. The method count returns a count of how many times object occurs in the particular list. Next is the method is extend. The method extend appends the content of a sequence to the list. So by doing extend, we can get those values here. That means extended list is two lists are there, that is L1 and L2. So L1 has 123 XYZ Zara ABC 123. Then comes to L2 2009 and Mini. So we are going to extend it so that all these components will be in one particular list. Next comes to the index. The method index returns the lowest index in list that object appears. List comma index of obj. A list print. Next comes to the insert. The method inserts object obj into list at offset index. So list dot index of insert index comma obj. Next comes to the pop. Pop removes and returns the lost object or object from the list. Then remove. This is the object to be removed from the list. This method does not return any value but removes the given object from the list. This is all about the pop and remove. Reverse. The method reverses objects of the list in place. This method does not return any value but reserves the given object from the list. Then list reverse. Alias equal to 123 to XYZ Zara ABC XYZ. So all these values will be taken place where we get as an output, that is the list of. Next comes to the sort. The method sort sorts object of list using compare function if given. This method does not return any value but reverse the given object from the list. Next comes to the list dot sort function. So here the example is given, please go through it. Aliasing. Since variables refers the objects, if we assign one variable to another, both variables refers to the same object. In this case, the state snapshot looks like that. Because of the same lists have two different names and A and B, we should be aliased. That means changes made with one alias affect the other. So alias, if you taken an alias, you will get a room schedule with other Blackboard aids equipment, that is chalk and others. Cloning. If you want to modify a list, also keep a copy of original. We can use cloning methodology where the data will be stored in the memory and whenever we want we can procure it. The process is same called cloning to avoid the ambiguity of the word copy. The easiest way to clone a list is to use the slice operator. for loop syntax or a variable in list body. Each time through the loop, the variable I is used as an index in the list into the list, printing the ith element. This pattern of computation is called a list traversal. List parameters. Passing a list as an argument actually passes a reference to the list, not only a copy or clone of the list. So parameters passing created an alias for a copy. The caller has one variable referencing the lists, and the cloud function has an alias, but there is only one understanding list objects functions that produce lists, that is shown in the on the system, where you can even see the output of it: 4, 6, 8 and 10. Strings and lists. This is the most important concept. Recently we completed the strings concept. Now list also we are ongoing. Now we are going to discuss about the strings and lists. An optional argument called a delimiter can be used to specify which with the string to use as a boundary maker between the substrings. The following examples uses the string in as the delimiter. So example is given here: S equal to the rain in India. W equal to S dot split in in. Next examples: W equal to the rain in India. Glue, single quotes, glue dot join of W, then print S. So all the values will be printed. Nested lists. A list within another list is considered as a nested list. A nested list is a list that appears as an element in another list. In this list, the element with index 3 is a nested list. Nested. Hello 2.0 comma 5 10 comma 20. Next is the nested lists. To extract the elements from the nested list, we can proceed in two steps. One is nested, then next is print the nested value. Then comes the matrices. Nested lists are often used to represent matrices. For example, the matrix MAX equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Max a list with three elements, where the elements are rows of the matrix. We can select an entire row from the matrix in the usual way: max of 1, 4, 5, 6. Next comes to discuss regarding the difference between append and extend. The method appends is parameter as a single element to the list, while extending a list and adds its content. By this, we concluded the concepts related to the lists. Hope you all understood well. Thank you, one and all.